Washington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. And off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A beautiful fake. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Yellow to the line. Bring it.
On first down, Mahomes. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And this is Cook with a grab. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They run the counter. Pollard. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
From the 38, Prescott. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
25 yards, the pickup there, and also a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now Elliott, not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now here's Pollard. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Coming to you. Scene 6. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Here we go, team.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And the Saints first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a second and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
On first down, Pollard. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The tackle made back at the 48-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
7-7, our score after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming.
51. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check. Fresno.
On second down, Pollard. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A run for Nick Chubb. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 12 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New Orleans. DeAndre Hopkins, 78 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. He finds an opening past the 40. Completes it to Austin as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run the counter. Pollard. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Everybody, 52. I got him. 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Gets this one to Hill. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 32 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, New Orleans. DeAndre Hopkins saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. What's good on the extra point? And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They find some open field here. And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop him. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a 1st down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
They go play action here on 1st down. Being chased out left. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Pollard. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll run it with Elliott. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18. On second down now, Pollard. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Brings up third down and 9.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 34. Carlson able to put this one through. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Going deep for Hopkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On second down, Pollard. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
The ball carrier,
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Here we go. Go right in. Target. 47. 94.
On third down, it's Prescott. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Yo. He gets it.
Now here's Mahomes. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Saw man coverage on the perimeter, and that was a pretty good throw. And it's one of those ones that wasn't an easy catch, but it's one that he thinks that he should have come down with, although I'm sure the opposing cornerback would beg to differ.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Yellow. Joker. Pick the edge. Come. Right there. 54. Right there.
Mahomes going to throw. He's going to air one out. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They'll run on first down. Pollard, and he takes us across the 15 to the 17. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's bring it.
Going to run again here with Pollard. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that second level and third, and that's what they were able to exploit.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Prescott, and he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Trey Hendrickson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here we go. 47. Mike 51. Mike 51.
3rd and long for Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Mahomes, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Mahomes steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Smith in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. And some space here. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
Couldn't take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step over the back line and give him a safety. Now he's got room if he needed it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get this.
Here's Elliott. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
On first down, Pollard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd down, Pollard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine cornerback, there to make the play defensively.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the outcut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Pollard. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Watch his flat, watch his flat.
Here we go, 46, 46.
94 is the mark, 94 is the mark. Here we go, here we go. Kill, kill, kill.
Kill, kill.
Kill, 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 turn up. Show it up, show it up.
26.
Here's Pollard again. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down and 1.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Deuce, deuce, deuce.
Hey, kill, kill. Kill, kill. 47.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. This for a 4th quarter lead. The kick by Carlson is good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Down to lose one. Shoot! Watch the shoot!
They go play fake. Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Mike 54. Strong 54.
Man up. 15.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Check.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
First down, New Orleans.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check. 25. Check 25.
And again, it's Chubb. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nick Chubb, 61 yards. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Well, they had done a really nice job on him through 3 quarters plus, but you just had that feeling eventually he was going to get loose.
And this is why coaches always preach that it's a 4-quarter game, right? It gets trite for us. It gets trite for the fans. But this is exactly what they're talking about. What you did before was terrific, but will it stand up if you start giving up big plays as we saw there?
Mahomes now to throw, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Pollard. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
at the Saints 36-yard line.
Bring it.
You ain't going nowhere.
He's checking.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, 47.
Back to throw. And this is caught. He hits more. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Haven't heard much from him all night, but welcome to the party, making his presence felt in a big way.
They've kept him under wraps all night long, but boy, did he find a great time to bust out.
He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed him. Instead, 2nd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves them out there with another chance.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Double dog. That's the way. You gonna take.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. Now Prescott on 4th down. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get into their off-season program, and they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium.